Chat. Chat. What's good, everybody? We're live again. Round 2, baby. Round 2. Can you believe how high we have pushed? Like, it's not even 9:30 and we're already up 1.3%. Elaborate on that. Let's see what the market is doing pre-market. Nvidia up 1.5%. SpaceX negative, as usual, as anticipated. Reddit positive, Tesla positive, Google positive, Amazon positive, Microsoft positive. We'll see. How's everyone's day? Bad today, you're gonna win, trust me. Let's go. What's up, Trinity? I'm feeling way better today. Yesterday, I felt so bad. I don't know what it was. I literally slept the entire day. And that's rare for me. That is rare from me. I have my alarm to remind myself to stream. I gotta shut that off. But chat, we got a banger session today ahead of us. We're locked and loaded. I'm gonna give a quick analysis really quickly. I'm just gonna make sure everything is set up and loaded and ready to go. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. But chat, so far, the day does look like a potential cut risk day just because we moved so much in the AM session. I'm just logging into my accounts. Just because we moved so much in the AM session, it looks like a potential cut risk day. Now, remember, I am on my last trade for my Lucids because I just took a pail and I didn't leave myself a big enough buffer. And then taking those losses, I am going to need what's the word? To win this next trade. So let's lock in. That means we're gonna get a win today. Chat. Overall, what I'm expecting though is you can see this hourly chart. Let's get rid of the previous. I'm just anticipating it's gonna continue to rally up higher. I know we're like, oh, but blah, 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 oh, 930 manipulation on this high. That wick, I just want to see it turn up higher. I have to buy, as soon as market opens, I'm gonna buy a few trades with my live capital, a few option calls and a few investments. So there's that. But you can see that we're ripping up higher prior to 9:30, right? It's not even 9:30 and we're just completely ripping up higher. So we do have to be patient. That's where they create the FOMO. That is where they create the FOMO. That's where they get us. Definitely a lot better of a day already than yesterday, I can tell you that. We're getting some movement, and that is what we lacked yesterday, is a direction. All right, we took buy side liquidity prior to 9:30, chat. Prior to 9:30. We have to get a win. Let's go. Hey, I have FOMO. I'm entering. Oh, no. Guys, today is a day where you have to let the first move happen. Today is a day where you have to let the first move happen. And the reason why I say that is because we are up so much pre-market. Right? So there's an obvious answer is it's going to continue up the bias, right? You just continue to chase into the trade. But no, that's what they want to create, that feeling for you. They want you to feel like it's just going to continue to rip up higher, and then they rip lower, create the manipulation, and then they rip back up higher. And that's what we're looking for. We always look for the second move, chat. It's not even 9:30 and we're still ripping. This is a no-go, stay-away zone. All right? No-go, stay-away zone. I'm just finishing setting up all my PAs, chat. Getting a fresh 150K 10 PAs. Just finished setting them all up. That's why you can hear the ding, ding, ding. But patience is everything, guys. We don't want to engage until after 9:30. You already know the rules. So there should be no FOMO anyways, guys. It's not even 9:30. But we got a beautiful session ahead of us. We have the 4-hour taken. It really depends on what we do at 9:30 here, but overall bias is just bullish. We want to see it continue up higher here. But I do want to see some sort of manipulation to the downside. Now, I'm waiting for market open. The first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be buying some options. Short-term option calls. All right, one more account to purchase the PA fee for. I hate the PA fee. Sucks, especially with the Canadian conversion rate. But we want to wait for price action to dip lower here. All right. Done. All accounts are done. Now I gotta wait for it to load up Trade of 8, then I'll connect my accounts. But you can see what I'm kind of looking at right now, chat, is you were looking at my eyes and you're like, oh, Ben, this is a not market maker. This is a power of 3, right? To sell. But in my eyes, I'm looking at it as a market maker buy model. Accumulation, expansion, reaccumulation, expansion, smart money reversal, accumulation, expansion, reaccumulation, expansion. Right? So that's what I'm kind of looking at it like. Now, it doesn't have to be like that, but it did fill out that new week opening gap. So it did do its job, chat. It did do its job already. So we'll see. We'll see what we get. What options am I buying? Just NASDAQ. Just the NASDAQ. Which I'm going to be buying in 1 minute. I'm just waiting for it. Just waiting for it to open. Manage groups. New group. PA Ben. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing one account. I'll show you guys what I got right now. I'll show you guys what I'm working on today. I'm just waiting for my other account to get approved. Then we're good. But you can see 9:30. I think 9:30 is going to dump. We'll see. 5 seconds. Dump, dump, dump. Bang. Beautiful. Beautiful. We need a bigger dump than that, though. We definitely need a bigger dump than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why do I only have 9 PAs? Did I not purchase the 10th one? Don't engage in it yet, chat. I know it's tempting to want to push in the longs, but that is not ideal. Remember, every single time we always predict that the first move is going to be fake. Don't do that. I promise you it's not gonna end well for you guys. Let me read some chat here. Zahid. Bullish or bearish? I'm bullish, but I want to see some short-term bearishness. We just took the highs. A Discord private? No. Patience is everything, chat. We took these highs. Now, it does look like... Oh, look at MNQ. Why is MNQ different? MNQ is the same. We are getting a little bit of a retracement to the downside, right? Now, do we engage in that? Absolutely not. This is our manipulation we're looking at. We want to see it push lower. The lower, the better. You have to verify, DC Flyer. There it is. All right, we set up our 10 Apex accounts. Beautiful. Let's just log into them really quickly, chat. We got a banger date ahead of us. A fresh new 10 PA live accounts with Apex that we're setting up, that we just set up. We got a banger day today. Ugh, I have to approve it on Trade of 8. Hold on, chat. I forgot I have to do that. Add-ons, trading view, activate. All right. All right, we're good. Let's go. Let's go. Wait, which PA am I setting it to? We'll do 19. We got to mark out midnight open. I forgot. Midnight open right here. I could probably see midnight open being touched. And then we push up higher again. Potentially. We'll see though. See, one of the reasons why I'm not counting this as power of 3, guys, is because the manipulation happened prior to 9:30, and 9:30 is now pushing us down lower. So the buy side liquidity was taken prior to 9:30. It's called Trade Sync, classy. Beautiful rally. Let's see if we can get a rally down lower. Let's see if we can get a bigger rally to the downside, chat. Oof. I don't know why. I think I'm sick, guys. Like, I feel better now, but my stomach has been killing me every day. Okay, I'm gonna buy some I'm gonna buy some stocks. Some options. I'm gonna wait for a potential bigger push down on this manipulation though. Try to get a better fill. Stop eating bullshit, bro. I've been eating super healthy. Nah, I didn't drink anything in the morning. It's just whenever I'm sick, I think I just have some sort of thing. I didn't eat anything yet. Okay, we're getting a beautiful push down. That is absolutely beautiful, chat. Look at that. Wow. Lovely. You need Dr. Phil? Yeah, I mean, all we need is Dr. Phil now. Ah. 1 second. Just buy more shares. What? Why can't I buy it? Oh, I need to transfer it to USD. Shit. Well, it's giving me time, but I'm trying to get options long here. Beautiful rip down though, chat. Absolutely beautiful. Will I be streaming tomorrow? Yeah. Guys, my stomach is killing me. All right, we're buying options here. Beautiful rip to the downside. All right, and submit order. Done. Beautiful. We're in. All right, beautiful dump so far. Soups the high, pushes down lower. Let's see. Guys, I might have to go to the bathroom. I'm not even kidding. I hate how I do this, but I might actually have to use the bathroom. I'll set alerts on the thing though. Like if we invert this. I hate being sick, man. It's affecting my streaming, bro. Pisses me off. Actually, no, I'm good. All right. Want to see price action? See how it's hitting midnight open right now? See how it's reacting off midnight open. If it can soup midnight open and then push up higher, that would be the most ideal case scenario. See what ES is doing. ES is dumping too. Nice. Sweet. And all right. Beautiful. Come on, go touch midnight open, push up higher. We're in a nice little 1 minute fair value gap there. So we do need inversion fair value gaps before we engage in anything, Chad. That's for sure. We do need inversions. We definitely need to rally up higher, but look at this beautiful 930 manipulation. I told you guys not to get in the long prior to it. Now it could be bearish here though. So we got to see, it could be an expansion profile. What it could be doing, chat, is it could be pushing up higher, rebalance, and then push down lower again. So I am going to have to wait for this premium fair value gap to be disrespected. So we will get a worse fill, but I have to wait for that because it could easily be a retracement and then a push down lower to these lows here. So we'll be patient. Patience is everything, guys. You can see we're clearly reacting off this level roughly near midnight open, though. It's the VWAP as well. VWAP coupled with midnight open. You know how strong that is, chat. So hopefully we can see something. I'm trading MNQU, brother. MNQU. See, that's a guy who's getting banned. Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's read his channel history. I swear I just saw a bad message. Yeah, you're out of my stream, brother. Wow, that was weird. Been watching for a while, but he wrote a message saying F, and then he used the Lord's name in vain. It's disgusting. Sorry about that, guys. Had to get rid of that. Just banked off those shorts. Nice. So you can clearly see a reaction off that VWAP. You can see a reaction off that midnight open price level. I want to see price action continue up higher. Right? This is, to me, is 930 manipulation. I want to see it continue up. You can clearly see it starting to reject. Now, that's the only thing I'm worried about. That 5 minute gap. Right? Because we have a clear bias ahead of us. Right? We want to go fill out this inefficiency. Like, that's where I'm kind of targeting, is right here. I feel like I have to wait for that 15-minute candle closure before I get into a long. Plus, there's no inversions here until that. So... Hey, you ready? Yeah, SpaceX dumping. Yeah, SpaceX is dumping, chat. Oh yeah, SpaceX heavy shorts, bro. Heavy shorts for SpaceX. We'll see though. Like I said, it looks like it wants to be an expansion profile more than a reversal. So we'll see. We will see, chat. Patience is everything. Yeah, we're good. Oh, yeah. Sweet. All right. Looking at that reaction, it didn't really tap midnight open, but it is reacting off of it, roughly. So ideally, I want to see it push up higher and create an inversion. If we can create an inversion, we're locked and loaded, chat. We're locked and loaded if it can create an inversion. That's the ideal case scenario. As you can see, we're pushing up into that 5-minute fair value gap now. 3-minute, not 5-minute. We do need to see way more than this. This so far looks like a rebalance and then push down lower again. It is almost 9:45 and we're looking at that 15-minute candle. Look at that body reaction right there. If we can body up as high as possible, that would be ideal. Let's go, Camelot. Let's go, Camelot. But it doesn't look, it looks, like I said, look at it trading to the breaker and then reacting off of it back to the downside, right? So it looks like it still has more bearishness to react to, but that's fine. We're going to let it rally, chat. We're going to let it rally. Let it do its thing. It's not even 950 macro yet. It's not even the 950 macro yet. Patience is everything. Patience is everything, chat. Okay. It didn't trade to that PD rate. It didn't trade to the 5-minute, but it reacted off the breaker right there. So I guess when we see this breaker broken, we can use that for longs. Because clearly it's being expected. Look at that tap on midnight open. Let's see if it can rip up higher from there. If not, then we're going to probably attack these lows before we manipulate, before we push up back up higher again. But let's see if we can react off of that. Midnight open, a midnight open reversal is always beautiful. Took midnight, yep. Start a merch that says patience is everything. Why is he saying midnight open? It's way lower. Did I mark it wrong? No. Midnight open's right there, bro. What are you talking about? There we go. Look at that reaction off midnight open there, chat. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, we need to see this breaker get body. We'll take it when this breaker gets pushed. But look at the size of the stop. Well, that's the wrong side of the trade, right? We would have to wait for some intermediate term, short term low or something. But we do have a lot of room to push up higher because we took buy side and then we manipulate right after that. We're ideally approaching like this 1 hour gap or even the highs up here. But we'll see. To me, we need to invert this inefficiency up here. That's the ideal case scenario, chat. That is the ideal case scenario. Some people have their contract change off. Oh. Gotta be patient though, guys. Look at that beautiful reaction off midnight open, chat. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see if we can start these fresh 10 PAs with a bang. That'd be sweet, chat. A lot cleaner of a morning, though, chat. A lot cleaner of a morning. Interesting move, though. It was really interesting taking buy-side liquidity prior to 9:30. Now that we're pushing down lower and turning rough at midnight open again, it potentially wants to look like a long setup, but it is rejecting the form inversions and shifting structure. So with that is something we have to be patient about. We could get a little bit of a 930 chop here. We do have to wait for inversions to be formed though, chat. That is the go-to, right? Inversions have to be formed. Bro, you bought tick midnight open. Nice, but I'm not gonna do that. I think if it fails to rip up higher, it's gonna rip lower. You know, it's not gonna just continue to chop. It does look like a potential rebalance and then a rally down to this sell side down here. But we gotta see. It's not even trading into that 5 minute yet, right? It keeps rejecting off that breaker up here. So we'll see. No, nothing for me though, because this isn't 930 power of 3, right? This is prior to 930 power of 3. So that's why I'm not really engaging in these shorts. Like that looks like a target right there, but I'm not really engaging into it for a few factors. One, we're already 1% up on the day. Two, that happened prior to 930. So this could be the 930 manipulation that everyone's putting shorts in. And see how it's chopping, rejecting off midnight open? That's kind of an indication that price action wants to reverse. Am I doing new PAs? Yeah, I just passed these evals like 2 days ago. Okay, Pumax. Why don't I do Asia? I do usually do Asia. I was just really sick yesterday. I'm not feeling too great. Even today, stomach issues. I don't know what it is. It's not a cold. Like yesterday I had a huge headache. I don't know though. We'll see. We're accumulating right now, guys. I love that reaction that we're getting off the PD raise that we marked out, which is absolutely beautiful. We're gonna get rid of this low fair value gap. It's irrelevant. You see that midnight open reaction. We are accumulating right now, so there's no sense of direction. We do have to be patient. We do have to be patient. But we will find something, chat. We will find something. Don't worry. Be happy. We'll find a beautiful trade, chat. There's no doubt about it. There is absolutely no doubt about it. We are clearly we're calling the right move in the markets though. We are calling the right move in the markets, which is ideal for us. Is whenever we're aligned with the markets, we perform the best, and that's just for anyone, not just me. But you can see a beautiful rally back up to the upside. Now my only worry is this 5 minute gap. That's my only worry, chat. It's OTE, it's right at the breaker. That's my only worry right there. We are almost in that 5 minute gap. The option call, if it rips up higher from here, it would be a beautiful fill that I got on my option trade. Are we up on my option trade? We're up $100. Oh, now we're down 100. Okay, it's at break even. It's basically volatile. It's up 100, down 100, whatever, break even. See how it reacts to that 5 minute gap right there, chat? So we're gonna move our breaker to that gap. See, that's why I was worried. Once we can invert this though, chat, then we know that it's bullish. So that is our key point of interest for us to reverse. Once we can reverse this gap here, we're locked in for longs. We are locked and loaded for longs. Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully it's not another chop. Like what it could be, chat, is chop, 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 dip, rip, chop, 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 chop. Hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it rips up and actually breaks out of the range. If it's another chop, that would be very depressing. But you can see the 5 minutes starting to push up a little bit into the fair value gap. We want to see it invert it though. Where my stop loss be? Good question. Today would be a little bit more of a difficult stop loss placement, but if I was to place a trade, I'd probably put it at a low that was formed here, or like give it enough room to cover the whole inversion. That's it. Maybe at the low right there of that inversion. I mean, like to that high right there is 1.3 R. So it'll be probably like only a 2 RR trade that I'd be looking for. But so far it looks like it's reacting off that 5 minute gap. So we do have to be patient, guys. We do have to be patient. No forcing anything. You can see we're starting to disrespect that inefficiency. It's starting to look good. Let's see how our option trades going right now that I just put in. We're up $137. So we're basically just floating around break even right now. So I guess my break even price is here, which is a little bit of spread because I remember putting it here, but that's fine. It's typical option fills. All right, we need to see an inversion here. Full TP would be up here, 2.42R. Okay, it'd be 7 contracts. All right, we're at consequent encroachment right now. We're kind of breaking the breaker though, which is beautiful. Price action's starting to look pretty bullish. We need to invert this gap and then we got a long, chat. Once we invert this gap, we have a long. TP's inside 4-hour bearish gap. My TP's at the start of the 1-hour bearish gap. But look at that 15-minute chart, chat. Beautiful. All right, we're pushing up above. Can we get an inversion here, chat? No, we cannot. Maybe. No. Wow, terrible body reaction there. Now our eyes draw to the 5-minute. If we can get a 5-minute gap here, that would be beautiful. We're deciding that right now. If it can gap over this fair value gap, then it's pushing up higher. But if it reacts off of it, then it's probably a retracement back to the downside. And that's what we're looking at right now. See how it's reacting off of that? It probably looks like a push to the downside here, taking out all these lows. But like overall, I just want to see, like, my daily bias is bullish. That's the problem, is like these lows look so clean to be taken, but the daily bias is bullish. So 930 manipulated to minute open, but it didn't take these lows. So that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, clearly it's reacting off that 5-minute gap. Clearly it's short. It's pretty much short, chat. It's a shame because there's no inversions being formed here. Look, there's no inversion fair value gaps here. There's no inversion fair value gaps here. We're just chopping. So like, I very much would want to be in a position, right? I definitely would want to be probably looking ideally for a short after that reaction, but there's no inversion fair value gaps to look at price action disrespecting bullish PD arrays. To me, when that happens, it's probably just going to chop for a little bit. So we do have to take our hands off a little bit. I know it's tempting to want to get into short after that reaction, but there's no inversions. And we just have to be patient. Told you it's bearish. You're not telling anyone it's anything, bro. No one's... I didn't even read your message. If I was so strict on it being bullish, I would have gotten to a long already. But I'm still deciding that, basing it off of that 930 move. Bro thinks he's ICT. All right, listen. Look at that 15-minute reaction. Look at this push down. It's beautiful. It looks like it wants to sell off and go to these lows, but it has no inversion fair value gaps. So when there's no inversions, we need a shift in structure. And we don't have that yet. That's a rule of thumb, chat. A rule of thumb. And really note this. When you see price action doing this, and it rips up like that, if it creates inversions here and then rips and bodies past, you can take a short. But if there's no inversions and it rips down, you have to wait for a shift in structure. And then you can take your short. You can't just anticipate that it's going to sell off without a shift in structure or an inversion. Because then you're just betting on it pushing down lower based off of one bearish candle. Right now, there's no inversion for value gaps and there's no shift in structure. Now, yes, that's a shift in structure rebalance to the 5-minute gap and wants to push down lower, but I'm looking at that lower time frame. There's no inversions here. There's no nothing here. React off a midnight open. We do have to be patient. I'd rather it go take sell side and then we catch a rally back up to the upside than the other way around. There's no 3-minute gap either. No 2-minute gap. So there's no 1-minute inversion. There's no 2-minute inversion. There's no 3-minute inversion. And then there's no 5-minute. To me, that looks like just that. That's a clear sign of just stay out. You know, let the move happen. We're going to find something. If it's a move after, it's just you stay out of this. For me personally, I don't engage into it. I'd rather see it go take out sell side than push up back up higher. That 15-minute does look extremely bearish though. Is the stream lagging? No, it doesn't look like it's lagging on my end. You have Andrew G-D3C says you have changing your bias like 3 times already. Lock in FN. Oh, brother. I'm not even responding to that. Not even responding to that. Patience, guys. Don't engage in the short yet. I know it's very tempting to want to look for a short, but there's no retracement to a fair value gap. There's no shift in structure. There's no inversions. It's tempting. And that's why I waited for that fair value gap to get disrespected. See how it's reacting off of that? Boom. We called that beautifully. We called that absolutely beautifully, chat. Waiting to take a long only if we inverted that fair value gap is actually absolutely beautiful. We're at midnight open now, so let's see what happens here. Eddie with the $2. Thank you. I learned from ICT, brother. Price is more sideways than down. But if you're new, you wouldn't know that. Well, I mean, you just have to look at prehistoric price action. As long as we're around midnight open, you don't want to anticipate anything, right? Look how price action has just been hugging midnight open the entire day. That's why I wanted to wait for this inversion to get broken and then we engage for longs. But clearly it wanted to react off of it. But look, this is why I'm not getting into a short. There's no inversions. There's no shift in structure. Now look at one candle can wipe you out. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm not looking for shorts right now. We just have to be patient. Camelot. See why I didn't engage in shorts there, chat? It's like, okay, how many times have you witnessed me say something and it saves us from a loss? It's not that I'm predicting the future. It's that I know specific guidelines that I need to see before I get into a trade, or this could happen. And when those guidelines didn't show up, like I said, the inversions, the shifts and structures, you could get into a short here and then get stopped out in the next candle. And that's why I told you guys to stay away from taking a short right now. Hey, Luca, 15-minute fail chase to minute open. Nice. Thank you for the $2.79, brother. Now, it could be reacting off this 1 minute fair value gap, but I'm not engaging that. And even if it inverts this, I'm not engaging that. I need this to be inverted. And then we look for longs. But this gives us more confirmation that we're bullish. Yeah, there's nothing for me to so far, Camelot. We need to push up a little bit higher for me to engage. We do need to push up a little bit higher for me to engage in anything. Patience is everything, guys. Trust the process. We'll find something beautiful. Look at that push up there. Beautiful. All right. Where are we putting our stop? We got to hug that inversion. So we'll put our stop there, 64. So we'll do 750 divided by 64 divided by 2. That'll be 5. Round it up to 6 because it's 5.8 times 10. That's 60 contracts. All right. Let's see if we can get an inversion fair value gap here. Second attempt. Second time being patient and waiting. Hey, Quad with the $5. I made $650 on my funded account during pre-market. Should I lock out for the day or look for another entry? It honestly depends, bro. If you made 650, then don't risk more than 650, which means no matter what, you're walking away with profit, and only take one trade, only if you are. But if you're not, then just walk away. Whatever's your system. Just watch his videos. We have an inversion fair value gap forming here, but that's not interesting me. I want to see the 5 minute. I want to see that one getting pushed past. That is where my temptation is looking. Look at the 15-minute chart. Look at the 5-minute chart. Clearly looking bullish, reacting off that trend line there. Inversion being formed here, but I'm looking at this. Price has just been choppy all week. Yeah, it's the IPO. Hopefully gonna win here today. Nothing engaging yet. We need to see a break of that inversion. Patience, patience, patience. Second. All right, we have an inversion there. Locking in. Better get into a trade. Not reading chat for a second. Can we get the inversion here? We have to factor in this inversion as well in case it wants to retrace to it. Come on, baby. Give us a body. Give us a body above that. Hopefully Dr. Phil doesn't rip us up like crazy too and we get an actual decent fill too. That'd be very nice. All right, this candle, we have 1 minute, 50 seconds for a 5 minute to body above this inversion. I mean, this fair value gap. If we can create an inversion on this on the 5 minute, absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna factor in risk a little bit more. Wow, stop loss sizes are big, but see how it's trading into this inversion now, pushing up. We're potentially about to get into a long here, chat. If we can body up here in the next 15 seconds, that would be absolutely beautiful. Come on, baby. We are reacting off that inversion though, so we don't really need to see a body reaction there. We just need to see it clear, start pushing up higher. About to get into a long here, chat. Nope. Not yet. We need to push up to my fill level. It's reacting off this inversion quite well, but we need to push up higher. Hopefully it doesn't rip like crazy to the upside and we can get a fill, and then it does it. Clearly it's respecting that inversion, but there's no entry for me yet because you can see it's also rejecting at this level. So one thing I'm looking at is the premium side of this 5 minute fair value gap is clearly getting rejected fairly well. See how many times it's wicking into it and out and out and out. That shows that it's still valid. Like this part of the fair value gap, you really want to pay attention to. Right? As long as you see price action wicking out of it, don't touch it. But when you can see price action pushing past it, showing that it's not rejecting from it, then you can get into your long. But clearly right now it looks like it's kind of rejecting. We just need to see it push up above it. You see how it's just wicks in there? Not a good sign. All right. Okay.
Order filled.
Wow, we got spread to Narnia. You see how long it took? I clicked. Wow. All right, that's fine. Stop loss down here. Wow, we got spread on so many accounts too. Oh, that's dirty, bro. That's actually dirty, chat. Nah, that's disgusting. Yo, that trade copier yanked me on that. The trade copier yanked me on that. Ew. Where's the 1 hour gap? Come on, chat. All right, we have the inversion. Beautiful. We're starting to push up higher. You can see this 1 minute gap has been inverted as well. Should be low resistance liquidity one run to the highs. It is the 1050 or the 1010 macro. I hate how we got insane amounts of spread, but it's fine. It shouldn't really matter. We are going to drag to break even as soon as we take this high. Again, we need to see speed here, chat. I'm not liking how it's hanging around. We're in that 1010 macro, right? So we should be seeing speed. We just inverted the gaps. You look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour starting to reverse back up to the upside. You can see the 15 minute looks like a beautiful 15-minute manipulation leg right there. We're going to get a little bit of standard deviation here. We're going to grab the body to body, and we're going to see two standard deviation could be a target here. Could low-key be a target depending on the speed, right? So main TP is probably going to be this 1 hour gap, but we could leave her under just 2 standard deviation. We need to be pushing up higher here. It could retrace into this 1 minute gap here. Ideally, leaving this as a breakaway gap would create higher probability market conditions, but it could trade into it. It's a shame that we got such a dookie fill though. I got spread. So one of my accounts are up $100 right now. The other ones are down, like, not down, they're up like $80, and then some are like break even right now. Like I'm seeing a sea of different colors right now, right as it's at my break even. Like I still see some accounts in profit. Like I literally got spread. I got spread. Okay, we're entering into this gap, chat, at the 1050 macro. This is bread and butter IOFED, all right? This is bread and butter IOFED 930 manipulation power 3. So you can see beautiful 930 manipulation of the downside, consolidation at midnight open, expansion, shift in structure, inversion fair value gap, and a fair value gap. And that fair value gap got wicked too, and it's pushing up higher. This is A+. This is an A+ IOFED entry. If this does not rip us up higher, then I will be probably scaling out because this is A+. I haven't seen this in months. This is A+ right here. I'm going to be dragging my stop loss to the low right there at break even once we take that high. But this is A+. This is an A+ setup. If this fails, it's literally just because of the IPO. Like this is an A+ IOFED setup. That doesn't mean over leverage, chat. That does not mean over leverage. Still control your risk, even if it's A+. It could still easily just give us a diddy wick and then rip down lower. We're putting the house down. I don't like that reaction initially off that. That's the thing. But look at the 5 minute. Look at what we just did on the 5 minute. Look at what we just did. We bodied above that fair value gap. That relevant fair value gap that we've been holding off of the entire day just bodied past. So it could retouch it. But again, I'm going to stay in this long because this is A+ right here. If this fails, get off for the day. It's seek and destroy. This is literally the deciding factor for the entire day. If this does not work, it's going to just chop. If it's going to get out of this range, it's going to be now because that is a beautiful setup that we have. It's back into the 5 minute inversion. It should react off of it without having to go below consequent encroachment, but we'll see. We're going to stay on the 5 minute here. We're also going to get rid of this 1 minute gap. We know we're in it, but we're going to get rid of it. We're going to watch this 5 minute inversion. This is what we're watching right here. This inversion fair value gap. That is key. 15 minute has 4 minutes till it's closing. So far, not the greatest reaction off of it though. The A+ is now an A. Instead of an A+ setup, it's now an A. Just because it didn't rip up higher from that point. Now it could still easily rip up higher, but it's now an A setup because of this reaction. Will I add more positions? No. Just because we're still technically in a range of chop, right? I'm also coming out of a losing streak, so I'm not going to add more. But you can see it's still respecting that fair value gap. If it can rip up above that high, that would be beautiful. But the 5 minute needs to be finishing as a bullish candle. This 5 minute needs to finish as a bullish candle. The fact that we reacted off this 5 minute gap for so long and then we finally inverted it and retesting it, this is the relevant gap of the day. And why is it the relevant gap of the day? Well, guess what fair value gap it is? 930's gap. That's why it's so relevant. It's going to retest it. So don't drag your stop loss past this. Until it takes this high, don't touch your stop loss. All right. You have to factor in this entire gap, even down to the 50%, the lower 50. You have to factor in both sides of this fair value gap until it takes this high. Once it takes this high, then you can drag to break even because that's a potential draw. That's a data high. So gotta wait. It's an A setup now. I don't like it how it's not an A plus because of that 1 minute reaction, but we're going to sit on our hands. And my option trade's probably doing pretty well. What's my option trade doing? How much am I up right now? Oh, about $1,277. Sweet. $1,277. All right. If it goes to TP, I'll be up like 3K. 3K, 4K. I don't like how it's doing this. I don't like how it's hanging around. We're not here to hang around. We're not friends. All right? Just push up. We're not friends. I don't want to hang around. I want you to rip away from me to the upside. Guys, remember, as much as you might have confidence, there's always a chance on losing and winning. So you have to factor in your risk. Sometimes the market is brutal. Sometimes it will leave you to dry. Sometimes your setup will form and then it'll fail 5, 8, 9, 10, 11 times in a row. As long as you stick to your system, you will survive after that. Got the Pokemon. Beautiful. Your president is talking? Who? My president? I don't have a president. What are you talking about? Just let it dilly-dally in that inversion fair value gap. Gotta play LARP music. I wish I'd get copyright. DIGGA Redown. If you think a trader can't get 5 losses in a row, then you're not smart. We have a 5-minute gap down here as well. It happens, guys. Look, listen, this is the week after the largest IPO. All right. It's messy. It's choppy. Price action hasn't been doing pretty well. We're going to stay consistent to our model because win or lose, our model has made us millions of dollars. So, okay, how do I explain this? For the people who are not new, February, we had, I think, what, 20 losing trades in a row? 20 of them? Yeah, 20 losing trades in a row we had in February. We still have this inversion, but we're going to get rid of it just because we know we're in it, but we're going to mark out this. So it's just, I'm just trying to keep my chart a little bit cleaner. We had 20 losses in a row. And what was I going to say? We literally blew all our fundeds during that phase. But then after we got in a crazy win streak, we passed all our accounts and then we got payouts. But if I didn't stick to my system, I would have kept chasing and I wouldn't have had payouts. Let this 5-minute fair value gap be played. It's still in the inversion. It's a little bit uglier now. It's now more like a B setup. It's not even an A plus or an A anymore. It's a little bit of an uglier session right now, but give it room. It can react off this 5-minute. Every streamer's in shorts. Today is totally bearish. All right, you can believe what you want to believe. I'm going to continue to trade my model because my model's made more money than you. And I'm going to listen to that, not you. Okay? All right. I appreciate your opinion, but I'm not going to use it. This session is worse than yesterday's? No, yesterday's is way worse. This has a little bit of clean movement. If we can continue up higher, it's beautiful. 930 manipulation, distribution. Just you need a little bit of a larger stop loss. All right, remember, break even at this high. Hello, I love your model. Thank you. All right. Once we break this high, we can drag our stop loss to that low. Once we break this high, I'll drag my stop loss a little bit more. Maybe Ben was right. You guys eventually are going to learn that I didn't get lucky to make $2 million before I turned 21. I didn't get lucky. I formed a model. I spent hours and years getting statistics on that model. I worked on myself for my psychology and my discipline on that model, and I stick to that model. So whenever I hear someone in chat saying, oh, it's bearish, it's bullish, what are you doing? Oh, you took 4 losses in a row, you're a trash trader. I look at them, I'm like, bro, who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? I've been trading longer than you've been fucking alive. I've been trading for 7 years, bro. You're probably like 6 years old. All right, we're approaching the high. We're gonna try to break even. Wait, guys, I forgot. I know the number, it's 30%, but what's the consistency number on 150 KPAs? Like, what's the most I can make right now? What's the number, not the percentage? Someone let me know. Oh, it's 50% in the PA? For Apex, I thought it was 30. Like 2K, isn't it? I think it is 2K. All right, we're dragging our break stop loss to break even here, chat. Oh, not yet. Oh, I do have to drag my stop loss a little bit higher, though. All right, beautiful. So risk management has been cut by 30%. I'm just going to add... Oh, it's 50% on the PAs? Oh, it's for the new... It's the end of day, though. This is my first time trading the Apex end of day PAs. It's $2,300. Okay, thank you. So we should be fine. We should be fine. Yeah. I'll take a partial at that high up there. Not this, but the gap. All right, beautiful 1 minute fair value gap reaction right there. As you can see, we're going to put on our execution marks. All right. I think I should drag to break even after that reaction, low key. I'm going to drag my stop loss up to that high, not break even, but to the body low, but the body lows. All right, so 60% of the risk has been taken off of the trade now. 60%. Beautiful. Still got, you got to stay patient, guys. Still got to stay disciplined. Oh, my option trade is probably doing well. Let's check that, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're up 1.5K. I think it's because my meta option's dumping, right? No, my meta option's pushing up as well. Market's starting to reverse to the upside here. What's SpaceX doing? SpaceX is down, though, 4.5%. SpaceX is holding it down a little bit. I don't like that rejection there. But I would drag to break even right now, chat, but we didn't take the high, or did we on NQ? No, we didn't even create equal highs on NQ. We didn't take the high yet, and we have this gap here. Right? So that's why I wouldn't drag to break even, is because I think it's going to trade to this gap and then push up high. Remember, it's uglier price action. It's higher resistance liquidity run. We've already saved 60% off this trade. So regardless of what happens, we're only losing like 300 bucks on this trade, risking 750. So it's already a win in my books. I'm already marking this off as a win. When I journal, chat, you always want to stay positive. When I journal, if I can mark my stop loss past 50% of the original risk, even if it loses, I mark myself off as a win. Why is that a win? Because remember how I talked about risk management, how your real profits doesn't come from your winners, it comes from your losers. If you can turn your average losers and cut them in half, your winners are going to be double the size. So when I can cut a loss in half, it's a win, because that means my next win is going to be twice as big. Some of you guys won't understand that, but the day you understand that, the day you'll understand profitability. I'm still bullish, chat. 15-minute looks bullish. Hourly looks bullish. We want to go to that gap. I mean, the 4-hour looks bullish. The 15-minute looks bullish. We didn't even take the highs yet, so the reversal doesn't make sense. Just gonna stay on the 5-minute. We got a 5-minute order block there. Stay on the 5-minute gap again. This little area I don't like though. That's what I don't like. It's weird price action today. This whole week has been a little bit of weird price action, chat. You just gotta stay composed. You know what's happening, chat? Look at all the people in chat that are now dead silent after saying, yo, trash trade. Oh, it's obviously bearish when it was down here. What's gonna happen is if we go to TP, they'll shut up for the rest of the stream. If we dump here, they're gonna come back and it's like, oh, I told you it was bearish. They'll be like, bro, you should be shorting right here. It'll go all the way up here and then it'll dump and they'll be like, I told you it was bearish. I'm a hater, but Ben is winning today. W. You should ban them all now. They don't know any better. Okay. Guys, don't forget to use code Ben on your favorite prop firms. Apex is 90% off with code Ben. No consistency rule. Pass in one trade. Discipline is everything, guys. I don't like this reaction, but we're gonna just trust the bias. We haven't even taken the highs yet, so. All right, beautiful. Rally up so we can drag to break even, please and thank you. Give us a nice expansion too. Don't reject off that point. We're up 5K. We're up 5.4K right now. We're up 7K. Beautiful. All right, we're getting our stop. And we're doing what with it, chat? What are we doing with it? We're dragging it. And now we're break even on the day. W in the chat. W in the chat, break even on the day. All right, let's see if we can get it full TP though. That'd be nice. All right, we're approaching TP here, chat. We're approaching TP. We're up 8K. We're up 9K. All right, TP's right here, guys. Right there. Stop loss is not being dragged to this low to guarantee just a little bit of profits here. All right, we have like, what, 150 bucks on the day no matter what. So the losing streak is now over. But I would gladly love to go hit TP instead of getting a break even in profit. But either or, I'm okay with walking away now. I'm just going to let the trade do its thing. Yeah, Camelot, me too. That's usually what happens. All right, this is a very relevant candle right here, chat. We should not see this get broken. Coupled with a fair value gap and an order block. An order block with a fair value gap, it should push up higher from there. But we're now breaking above this, and we should be pushing up higher. Like the hourly starting to push. We should be ripping up higher here. All right, let's check what my option's doing here. We are up. Oh, no, we're still, actually, we're up only 1.4K now. Just because I have a heavier option in meta. Meta is just plateauing right now. He's talking more about risk management profitability you mentioned. I'll do that after this trade. Right now, I'm locking in on this trade. You see it's taking this high. It's taken buy side. Now, if it continue to make higher highs, then we got a potential good runner on our hands. But 2 standard deviation is the ideal target for the runner. We got to be pushing up higher here. We want to get into that gap. I don't like that. That's a no-no. But again, this is what we're paying attention to. I don't care about this fair value gap. This order block is what we're paying attention to. Remember, stay composed. Remember, trust the process, win or lose. All right, it's no matter what, we're making something on today. Even if it's only $100, it's 100 extra bucks than what we started with. These aren't intraday trailing. These are end of day. So I'm willing to hold this trade and just let it go. All right, chat, just trust it. Nice, Camelot. If it wants to go to break even, it'll go to break even. If anything, you know, making $100 on a day like today is pretty good. I think it's gonna be $200 if it does stop us out. My only worry is it going down to this gap here and then turning up. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it, chat. I'm gonna put my stop just a tick below just because of that candle right there. There you go, right there.
Stop filled.
All right, $100 on the day. Let's see what happens here though. Maybe we get a re-entry, I don't know. Such a shit day, dude. Such a shit day. Yeah, look, it's jumping down now. Let's see if it reacts off that gap. But look at it. Look at this week has been so bad. I'm glad that we made a little bit of money today though. Because look, chat, like look at this. This week is so dookie. If you guys are getting break-even trades, don't be worried, guys. Look at the price action right now. Now let's see if it can react off this gap back up to the upside, but we'll see. Still a good trade, yeah. Just bad market conditions. But that goes to show you guys that our model is still working. We're still fine. We're still gonna make money. It's just whenever these markets want to decide to, you know, stop being stupid, we'll find something beautiful. You were up 850. Why not take it? Okay, so I'm going to teach you something real quick. If you take, as soon as you go up, like let's say $600, you close TP, you're never going to find a big winning trade. You're never going to get a $2,000 winning trade. What I did was my TP was here. My drag to break even mark was here. It hit my break even, but it didn't go to TP. And that's just, it's a break even trade then. I have to accept that. But messy day, dude. Like there's no direction again. I encourage you guys to kind of stay away. Kind of stay away from engaging because look at price action, right? It's chopping. It's chopping. It's going to reverse again. It's just a shit week. It's just a terrible week, chat. Like this price action's not good. But I'm very glad. I'm very happy with today. I'm very happy with what we did today. Look at this hourly chart. I'm very happy with what we did today. Closing the day a little bit in profit is definitely a lot better. Guys, MRA says, to be honest, you have the worst model ever. You should see my bank account. To be honest, you're getting banned. Is in ES, it's respecting the 15-minute SIBI, blah, blah. Guys, there's so many reasons why price could be bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. How many times did people say in my chat, yo, it's respecting this, that, when it was starting to push down lower, then it rips up higher? It's so easy to cherry pick the reason on why it's moving right now. But you have to follow a system. Because this trade works so often. You guys witnessed it last week. This type of entry works so well. But when it's in bad probabilities, you just take what you get and walk away. Just made an extra $500 because of you. Let's go, Quad. No, yesterday wasn't even that good either. Like, even today is so ugly. You know what I mean? When I engage, we're going to wrap it up off of that, guys. We'll be back probably PM session because we do have a lot of capital to trade. But I am closing the day with the PAs up $100 each account. So we're up $1,000 today. Which is something. We can't be greedy. We can't be greedy, chat. Hi from Mexico. What's up? PM where? Here on YT. All right, chat. Let's finish in prayer. Remember, guys, stay disciplined. All right. It's a bad market conditions. Please stay disciplined. You're going to make payouts just like what I've gotten. You're going to get to. Just compose yourself in these market conditions. Does this look like high probability 930 market conditions? No. Stay composed. Don't blow your accounts. Notice how even though I've been tilting a little bit, not tilting, but even though I've been like, you know, getting messed up on bad probability trades, I'm not going against my risk management rules. Today, for example, we're so close to TP and then we go to break even. Am I tilting after that? No. As much as I would want to tilt, I'm staying disciplined because that's what pays me money. And I want you to do the same. This is a learning lesson. I've made hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars in the markets. You can trust me when I say staying disciplined is better than winning in one day. We're going to finish in prayer. Let me just turn the music off. Let's go. Any model experiences losses. Dude, any trader experiences losses. I'm actually probably one of the best traders you can watch on all of social media to learn how to properly handle your losses. I don't think you can watch, and I'm not saying that with ego. I don't think you can watch anyone else that publicly verbalizes the way of thinking when they lose. Patience is everything. All right, guys, let's finish in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for another amazing day and opportunity, Lord. Glory and praise be to your name. Thank you for just another opportunity to spread your word and follow the plan you have for us. In Jesus Christ's amazing name we pray. Thank you for everything. Amen. All right, chat. I'll see you guys. PM session, maybe even Asia on TikTok, and then tomorrow, 9:20 a.m. Eastern time. Stay safe, guys. This IPO really be fucking up the markets. I'm fucking on the market. Sorry, guys. The Toronto Ben came out. Stay away. All right. $100 on the day or $1,000 on the day in total. It's money. $100 is $100. All right. See you guys later. Take care. God bless.